By now you should have had an opportunity to read What is Strategy by Michael Porter from a 1996 Harvard Business Review article. What we're going to do now is walk through the high points of his argument. Michael Porter begins by telling us what strategy is not. He says it is not operational effectiveness. And the reason it can't be operational effectiveness is because operational effectiveness, he says, is too easily copied. In other words, if a company does something exceedingly well operationally, that's very visible and other companies can also do it. And so the problem he has with operational effectiveness as strategy is that it is not sustainable. According to Porter, a company can outperform its rivals only if it can establish a difference that it can preserve over time, a difference that is an advantage over rivals and that is sustainable. The phrase sustainable competitive advantage is very important to Porter's way of thinking. It's the end result of effective strategy formulation and execution. Keep this phrase in mind, sustainable competitive advantage. Another important idea in Porter's world is the idea of position, strategy as position. Position, as Porter defines it, is a set of choices that a company makes. A set of choices that one company makes will be different than a set of choices that another company makes, and therefore these companies will occupy different positions in a market or an industry. It's position, it's the difference in choices. It's not just that one company is performing better or executing better than another. This is the essence of Michael Porter's arguments about strategy. Another very important idea to Michael Porter is the idea of trade-offs. If everyone could make the same choices, then there would be no reason for companies to make different choices. Or if every company could make every choice, but the fact is, companies can't always do everything. Porter says if there are no trade-offs, then there's no reason that every company should not make the same choices. Some might execute better and thus perform better, but that's not the same thing as making different choices about what to execute. Without trade-offs, different choices and different intentions, companies will never achieve sustainable advantage. This is a very strong statement that Michael Porter makes. The last idea that we want to talk about that's very important to Michael Porter's ideas about strategy has to do with what he calls fit. Fit is what makes one company's set of choices better strategically than another company's set of choices. Fit is how the choices a firm makes about what to do interact and support each other. Fit is important because discrete activities often influence one another. Something you do in marketing may influence what you do in operations to the extent that they reinforce each other and strengthen each other and make the whole better than the sum of all the parts. That's what Michael Porter calls fit. He would also say that strategy is creating fit among a company's activities. We're going to pause now for a reflective quiz about our understanding of Michael Porter's positions on strategy. We'll be right back.